Maybe you were a cowgirl or cowboy at heart, but you were born in a time when the Wild West has disappeared. You dream of roaming the plains on horseback, playing cards in a saloon, and waking up each morning ready for an adventure. But wait, is the Wild West really gone? It's not the same as it was in the 1800s, but there are still plenty of towns left that feel just like the Wild West. Many have been preserved and others have been replicated. These wild western towns in the United States don't just offer a glimpse into the past. They also supply the history, feeling, and amazing setting that the Wild West held back in its glory day. Think gunfights and outlaws, because these are some places you will definitely want to put on your destination bucket list. How we chose them. Before giving the list, let's go over how we selected these towns. First, beginning with the most obvious those are places that were famous in the Wild West and are preserved to look the same. Second are places that have been modernized but have a comfortable feeling of present-day cowboys and cowgirls. Third, we chose towns that have updated to modern standards but kept some of the crazy nature of the Wild West. First place, Dove City, Kansas. This famous Wild Western town located in Kansas got its start in 1847 when Fort Man was built to protect people on the Santa Fe Trail. Interestingly, Dove City is still very famous in modern day. While we don't always recognize it as the cornerstone of wild western towns in the United States of America, we do use a phrase that gets its origins from this infamous town. That's right. Times were hard, however, and it only survived about a year. But it wasn't long before a safer port popped up in the same place, and this eventually led to a town next to it. Then the railroad came and cows were shipped on their way to other parts of the country. While it's now modernized, it still has a lot of bits of old dolls spread around. Tombstone, Arizona. As far as wild western towns in the USA go, this one is probably the most recognized. Perhaps due to the infamous movie Tombstone starring Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, and Bill Paxton. It was a great representation of how events went down back in the day. This town deep in the Arizona desert was one of the big spots towards the end of the Wild West time period. It was a big mining town, and it had plenty of cultural activities, like an opera house for the rich folk, and a great selection of saloons, gambling halls, and other less respectable places for the prettier types. It's most famous for the gunfight at the OK Corral, and you can still see recreation of this on a regular basis in its original setting, as much of the town is preserved how it was. Wortman, Arizona. This town in Arizona isn't as well known as some of the others, but it has some pretty distinct characteristics. To start, the name comes from a pretty interesting story. It was chosen in honor of Olive Wortman, who was the daughter of settlers that had been kidnapped for slavery by a Native American tribe. She was sold to the Mohave tribe and eventually set free. Nowadays, the town is a revived ghost town and is most famous for its wild burros that wander the streets and happily accept food. Cody, Wyoming. Another of our favorites on the list of wild western towns in the USA is Cody. This town was named in honor of Buffalo Bill Cody, and it does not get much more western than that. Not only does it have all selections of museums from the good old days, but it also hosts enough rodeos to comfortably call itself the rodeo capital of the world. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of American Wild West. Share your thoughts and your favorite Wild West show memories in the comments below.